Alright, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, baby. So I'm trying a different camera angle. Also, I moved to a different place, so recording is going to be a little different for the first week or so. So you guys just please bear with me. Don't sweat the little things, you know. But yeah, if you guys are uncomfortable with this angle, I would understand. But it's kind of just the way things are set up in my room right now, and I haven't got everything moved to the right places. But and I also have to be a little bit quiet, just showing respect for everybody that's sleeping right now. But basically, today I took my Photon Galaxy to locals today. Sorry I can't be energetic and enthusiastic, charismatic, all that, because again, like I said, I have to respect people who are sleeping. But I did get second place today playing Photon Galaxies. Now I wanted to take this deck just to prove a point. Really, that's what it was. I came there with a very dedicated mindset on walking out with the victory. Unfortunately, I couldn't win. But like I put on my community post all my matchups that I had, so you guys can definitely read that. But the deck definitely did perform extremely well. The deck is surprisingly good against hand traps, like especially like decks that play a lot of them. There were multiple altercations where I played through double hand trap and still in combo. Bells became pretty popular. A lot of people were activating Ghost Spell on his effect. Like it was crazy. There's an interaction where this got bailed, Galaxy Knight got Veilered, and then my Galaxy Soldier, because I opened it was pretty nuts. I opened a good hand, but like my Galaxy Soldier got ashed, this got bailed, my Galaxy Knight got Veilered, and then I legit just activated Galaxy Expedition, special summoned a level 8, made a rank 8, linked off him and my Galaxy Eyes on field into another Soul Flare, then activated Galaxy Trance, and literally ended on Hope Harbinger Titanic Galaxy, plus the rank 8, the other one, the Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord, and I had the Soul Flare, the Galaxy Eyes Soul Flare. So I played through 3 different hand traps, and I ended on 3 interruptions after that. It just proves how strong this deck really is. This deck is tried and true in my opinion. I just feel that if you don't believe in the deck or you don't think it's good, it's more than likely just because you either don't play it, have not played it before, or don't know how to play it. Because anyone who plays Galaxy Eyes, even before the new support, has always known that this deck has had potential and it's very untapped. It's still very powerful, and there's a lot more that the deck can do. It's just it takes that experimentation and people exploiting different avenues and the strengths that the deck has. It has very low representation, has got 0 tops this format, so very under the radar. I took it knowing nobody would really know what to stop, and everybody hand trapped the wrong things. Like, so many people were just throwing their hand traps at cards. I was just like, I didn't even think you were going to hand trap this. Like, that's how it was happening. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my list. You guys will see a little bit different card choices than what's, the norm pretty much. But I have my reasonings. So let's go ahead and hop into the main deck, you guys. Again, sorry that I can't have all the energy I normally do. Then we have, starting off, we have 3 copies of Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, the main boss monster of the deck. Virtually, you want to have 1 in hand, 1 in grave, and 1 in deck. That's the rotation. 1 in grave, always 1 in hand, and then always 1 in deck to have access to the third. So if you think that playing 3 is overkill, you're absolutely tripping. This is Blue Eyes for Blue Eyes, Dark Magician for Dark Magician. It's the deck centers around him. It centers around him. Like in the show, this is Kite's boss monster. This is his ace monster. This is his ace go-to. It's still a really devastating effect. Like when you can get this off playing Pure Thunder and you can just swing into a Colossus and then, banish it, like that can be really good. Like for so many different matchups, like I was playtesting with like a Sky Striker engine where I would, like, for example, attack into a Colossus, banish him, and then still in battle phase, activate Widow Anchor to target the other Colossus to negate it. But I didn't play the Sky Striker engine today. I'm just saying, like, there's so many different ways that you can abuse this card's effect. That's the point I'm getting at. It's really good. It sums itself freely. It's a powerful boss monster. When it attacks into Dingirsu and banishes Dingirsu, it returns at 4,000 attack if Dingirsu had 2 materials. The other thing too is it takes away Dingirsu's materials so that Dingirsu can no longer protect their board. So in your main phase 2, you can overlay into your Cypher Blade, your Cypher, your Galaxy Eye Cypher, take a monster, go into full armor, pop a card, go into Cypher Blade, pop another card. You just break boards. This deck is really powerful going second. The simple fact of why it's so good going second is because it has so many starter cards. it has a lot of different routes to get to the same combo, and you naturally only need 2 to 3 cards to get there. Most of the time it's just 2. Like for example, Galaxy Soldier plus Galaxy Eyes is one of the perfect prime examples where you can just make a free rank 8. If you have any extender at all, you make Soul Flare plus Galaxy Eyes, Photon Lord. That's why it's naturally 2 to 3 card combos. But the deck is just really good for what it's worth. But yeah, this is the Ace Boss monster of the deck. Now next, continuing, I naturally play 2 Knights, but for this list I had to play 3. Now you can play through a variety of hand traps playing 3. It did happen today in like when it mattered the most, where I drew 3 of him, and it made me very upset. But at the same time, just because I drew 3 of him doesn't mean I would not play 3 of him, because look, it could have been 3 of any card at 3. It could have been 3 of this. It could have been 3 Galaxy Expeditions. It could have been 3 Galaxy Wizards. It could have been 3 Photon Orbitals. You know, it could have been 3 of anything. Just because you draw 3 doesn't mean you shouldn't play a 3 of. Like, it could have been any 3 of. It was just very unfortunate that this was the card that I drew 3 of. You know, it sucks, but the reason why I play 3 is because of desires. Naturally, I would play 2 because I feel that that's just a more comfortable ratio for me. But also at the same time, this card is amazing to draw in your opening hand, for the simple fact that now when they try to stop your route to search him, you already have him in hand and they don't realize it, so you can just normal summon him and get your play off anyway. This is Galaxy Eye's little brother. He's the knight that defends his honor. He's a really powerful card. It's insane. You loop this so much. After your turn 1 combo, Photon Sanctuary is the best card in your deck. It's 1 card that gets you Soul Flare plus a rank 8 off of 1 card. 1 card, you guys. This deck's recovery is its biggest strength. It has so much recurability, just like Salamangreats. It just recurs and recurs over and over, looping Soul Flares and Photon Sanctuaries and Galaxy Expeditions and just all your extenders, Galaxy Trance, all the spells. They're just so fluent, very powerful deck. We have 3 copies of Galaxy Soldier. Everybody uses him to search itself, but little did they know, he searches any Galaxy monster, so he's great for this deck. Pitching your Galaxy Eyes, that's like a 2-card combo. Opening these 2 3-ofs, it's like the perfect 2-card combo to get you started. Also, conveniently, when your opponent Ash Blossoms this and you already have Knight in your hand, you can follow up playing through that Ash Blossom by normal hitting him, and if they negate his effect, then you convert this and this into Soul Flare, and then you play through double hand trap and you still get this back, and that's a disruption that you keep under 2 hand traps. So like, people think this deck's fragile, but anybody that says that just never played this deck or doesn't know how to play it. I also played 3 copies of Galaxy Wizard. I play 3. Everybody thinks it's incorrect to play 3. That's fine. It's my deck, not yours. I can play it how I want, and 3 works totally fine for me. I really enjoy this card. Either you're normal summoning Knight or you're normal summoning Wizard, period. Like, these are the 6 normal summons, the ideal ones. There are games when you don't open Wizard or Knight, even with them being at 3, and then I have to end up normal summoning a card like Orbital, which I played 3 of, just to special summon a card like Photon Vanisher or Advancer, and then equip him to them to pop off the search. You have hands like that, but everything naturally works out. So 3 Orbital. So he's a searcher, he's a searcher. He searches any Galaxy card, he searches any Galaxy monster. Then you have Orbital, who also searches any Photon or Galaxy monster as an equip. So you can play under Imperial Order for the simple fact that he sends himself from the field to the grave as cost, and then resolves in the graveyard as a monster effect and not a spell. So he's a really good card. He also makes your Sky Striker matchup a bit easier, because when you play Sky Strikers, you just want to make Starleech going first, and you want to equip him to Orbital and also make Hip Oceanogen at the same time. So you make Hip, and then you equip him also with the Orbital, so his attack is actually at 2800, and everything on your board cannot be targeted or destroyed. So in order for Sky Strikers to Widow Anchor or Afterburner anything or Jam Wave anything, they have to first pop this in the spell trap zone. Then they have to actually activate Widow Anchor or Jam Afterburner or anything on this, and then after they kill those 2 cards, then they have to kill this. Then after they kill this, then they can target the rest of your board. So as you can see, that's very unrealistic, it's very difficult, and you have negates. Omni negates being, you know, Infinity and Hope Harbinger is really good in that matchup too. So this is kind of not your auto win, but it's a very good safety net in the Sky Striker matchup. It's really good going second against Strikers. It's just a blowout card. And Orbital makes him stronger because now he can be destroyed by battle, and he has the attack statistics where he's protected by his own effect, because he sets all monsters on your field with over 2000 attack, or 2000 or more. So it's a really good card. Searcher, protection, just an insane card. Very, very good going first or second. Like I said, this deck has so many starters. That's why it's great going second, because it has that critical mass playstyle. We have 3 copies of Photon Vanisher. Vanisher is just insane in this deck. This card is very vocal. Like, he's the ideal card you want in your hand. People think not, but again, you have to play the deck to understand how important that this card actually is. It just like you can't work if you don't have them somewhere. Like you need them in your hand some way somehow. That's why this deck has 12 cards that search out these three. So you play 15 active copies of it, as well as ways to special him out the deck with cards like Expedition and Trance and other things like that. So you absolutely need to get access to him. Some XYZs don't even get their best effects unless they have him as a material, so he's just really important. He specifically searches for Galaxy Edge Photon Dragon. He also, when you overlay with him, people forget about this. This gets really, really good in Sound Migrate matchups and against Thunder and stuff. It basically makes the XYZ monster that you overlay him into, it makes it like Whiptail, the Zodiac Whiptail, if you guys played Zodiac back in the day, where it banishes. So it kind of bypasses floaters like Yang Zings and, you know, other cards like that get their effects engraved, and it's just really good against Sound Migrates because the card won't go to the grave, so they can't recur it with like Jaguar and stuff. You just banish it. So this card's insane, and it's a free 2K body. I also played 2 Advancer. It's another good extender. You play through hand traps because you have, again, so many starters, so many extenders. This deck is very explosive. It's extremely easy to not only play through and around Nibiru because you can put out a rank 8 on your 3rd or 2nd summon because of the spell lineup I play, but also the fact that you can play through so many negates. Like I played, you know, for example, today I played Sky Strikers 2 of them. I played also Cyber Dragon Orcus 2 of them. I played Endymion Pendulums. I did not 2-0 them. I beat them in game 3, but unfortunately, you know, it was a really tough battle. Like, it was really tough. Like, he went first. He didn't open the best. He had Don Draxter, Borload, Savage, Odd Eyes Vortex, and the Heretic Seal. I played through those 3 negates and the Heretic Seal, and my ending board was just Soul Flare and Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord, but that was enough to clean it up. So, got really lucky that he didn't open more than 3 negates because it's very easy for Pendulums to put more than 3. I was just blessed that his hand wasn't that great, but the fact that I played through 3 negates had me feeling really good about this deck. And I also played against, I played against Pure Orcus. That's what I ended up losing to. And then in addition to that, Pure Thunder Dragon, which was supposed to be the worst matchup, but I did really good against that, 2-0'd him. So this deck is just, it's really, really good, you guys. I definitely recommend you try it out. I would never tell you guys to play a deck that I wouldn't play myself. And obviously I play this deck, so, you know, I don't like to play trash. So this deck is definitely worth it. It's fairly budget. I think this is probably the most expensive card, but I picked this up before it skyrocketed. We have 2 Thrashers. Thrasher is a good starter, but instead of playing 3 of him, I just decided to play 2 in Naroda, and this is versatile. It can be, you know, Vanisher, Thrasher, or Advancer, whatever you need it to be. So, yeah, I don't like the 3 Thrasher because after turn 1, you don't really want to draw it. Even if your board gets broken, it's still not a good card to draw. It can force out Heretic Sphere for what it's worth. Because it's not once per turn for summoning, so you could special him, swing it to Heretic, Heretic bounces him, and you just baited the Heretic for nothing, then you special him anyways. But the thing is, you just have to special him and have a normal, so you can kill the Sloth, unless they don't play Sloth. If they don't play Sloth and they play Aether or Persona, it's going to be easy, because now you don't have to waste, you know, that many resources trying to get to your extra deck. You just go straight into your extra deck, and you can just clean their clocks. Next up, for another extender, I play 1 Galaxy Brave. He reveals a Photon in your hand, summons himself, and his level becomes the level of the Photon you revealed. And on summon, I've got this guy to 4,000 attack, like reveal special, target full armor Photon, the XYZ. He gains 4,000 attack, so I just summoned a 4K beater for no reason. This deck is very aggressive. It OTKs for no reason, apparently. And I also played the 1 Cleric, a card that most Galaxy players think sucks, but I absolutely disagree. This card is insane. It actually can recycle whole Parvender Titanic Galaxy, which I did today. It's really, really good. If you do not believe in a grind game, that might be why you think this card's bad, but I believe that grind games are a high possibility. You will play decks that are really good, that can actually grind you out, and what ends up happening is you'll lose the grind game if you don't have access to your cards, and when you're burning through your sanctuaries and your rank 8s, like, you know, especially this package, like what I do with Cleric all the time in pretty much every game I resolve them is I pull back Cypher, Full Armor, and Cypher Blade, and a couple, like a Soul Flare, and then another, like, you know, for example, like a Lord if I need to, because they have to be different names, but I normally recycle my extra deck with him because he doesn't specify main deck, so you can recycle your extra deck and just draw 2. Really great card. You could search it off Lord. It's just an insane follow-up play. The fact that you put everything back and draw 2 is really good because this deck has 7 draw cards, and he makes 8 draw cards technically, so you play 8 draw cards. You play 7 cards that say draw 2, which is really good. So that's it for the monsters. Now for the spells. It's a 45 card deck, by the way. I don't think you need to play 40 to win. We play 3 Photon Sanctuary, arguably the best spell in this deck. This archetype is insane with this card. Like I said, this is the best 1-card combo. After turn 1, what you can do is, because every turn you establish Soul Flare, oftentimes your most consistent board looks like this. This is the most consistent board you get. I got Saki on somebody because I opened a board like this, and it was just not really fair because I had Lord for negation, I had Omni negate with Infinity, I had Pop with Soul Flare, and I had double counter trap. This is Omni negate and shuffle, and it negates entire chain links. So like I just literally had 5 interruptions, which even pendulums cannot break that. They can't break 5 interruptions. They just can't. Like that's 5 of your cards basically being thrown in the trash. So yeah, it's really insane. Like this trap is so free, but you have to RNG into it. This is why I play the 7 draw cards to get to it. But yeah, this is your most consistent and optimal board is Soul Flare, Infinity, and Lord. Sometimes when you resolve Galaxy Trance, which I do resolve Galaxy Trance a lot because it helps me to play through a lot more hand traps, your board looks like this. It does help because they can't just use Pinker Chops to attack into him. They have to basically just attack into him. So that means they have to use his effect, and it's really good. This is a good board against strikers too. It's just, your boards are fairly decent, and oftentimes they're very free because a lot of your cards replace themselves on summon. So, you can drop 4 cards on field and still have 5 in hand, for example. When you drop like Vanisher and Wizard and Soldier and, like other cards like Expedition. But this card, as I was saying, you can just activate it when you have Knight. And if you have Galaxy Knight and Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon Engrave, which you always do after turn 1, you activate Sanctuary, make 2 tokens, link it to him, use his effect, target your Galaxy Knight Engrave, add him to hand, then you normal summon him because you control a Galaxy or Photon you can normal him without tributing. Then you activate his effect and you bring back Galaxy Eyes from your graveyard. And you overlay these 2 into any rank 8 you want. And so you get all of this off of 1 card. Just 1. That's a 1-card combo. 1-card combo, you guys. 1 Sanctuary does that. All you need is these 2 engrave, and every turn 1, this is your optimal play to get access to these cards as quickly as possible. So it's really insane. This is how I outgrinded my Sky Striker matchup because I resolved 3 Sanctuaries that duel. I would go Sanctuary for this and this, use his effect, search this out. If the board got broken, I would activate this, do the same board, and then if the board got broken again, I'd use him, search Galaxy Cleric, and then normal Cleric, and then recycle my resources, and then I'd reestablish the same board again. So it's the fact that it's like the Salamangreat mentality where you're just constantly doing the same board over and over and over. Eventually, they just can't play through it like for the 3rd or 4th time. You just burn them out of their resources. So yeah, this deck has a good grind, great recursion. It's a solid deck. It's like not a jack of all trades, but it definitely gets like a 7 out of 10. Has viability, definitely a tier 2 deck, not tier 3. Has viable tier 1 options. It's like a tier 2 deck that makes tier 1 boards. We have 3 Expeditions, a great active starter card. It helps you to play through other hand traps. It's perfect. Like I did this like 3 or 4 times today where like Galaxy Soldier got ashed or Veilored or Impermanence, and I literally followed up with Expedition after they ashed or Veilored or Impermanence my Soldier, and I would just like special another Soldier if I needed it or special something else, and it's just like I played through that hand trap for no reason. So this is a good card. It's a good extender. It's a good starter. Something else that's gonna make people think I'm crazy. I played 3 Trance in my list. This is the main reason why I even did so good today, because every hand that I opened this, like I could just full combo people. Like this is how I full comboed with 3 hand traps. Like I said earlier, like I'd ashed Gold Spell, Ash Blossom, and Veiler. Ash Blossom on my Soldier, Veiler on my Galaxy Knight, Gold Spell on my Soul Flare, and then I just activated this, and then my board was Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord and also Hope Harbinger Titanic Galaxy plus Soul Flare. So I had 3 interruptions after getting triple hand trap. It would have been 2 without this, but the point is this makes so many more things possible. It's a miracle 1-card comeback. It's a great top deck. It's insane, you guys. It also allows you to make this board against strikers where you'll put up your negations and you'll also slap this bad boy there. Like some of your most nutty boards, you jump zones, so you end up making Soul Flare here. You put Infinity and Photon Lord, and if your hand's nuts, which I only opened the nuts twice today, you jump zones, and then you make this, which is really good. You don't do it off Trance, because Trance locks you to only Photons, so you can't make Infinity if you do it, but when you have the nuts, you don't need this. But still, this is like a call by the grave. My theory was, instead of playing Call by the Grave, I would play cards that were active combo pieces that let me play through hand traps and also break boards going second. So this is just better than Call by the Grave for my list. You don't have to play 3, but it definitely overperformed today for me. And then I played 3 copies of Pot of Desires, and I also played 3 copies of Trade In. These cards were very good to me, helping me to draw my combo pieces, my side deck cards, and also digging for my Photon Sanctuaries was really important today. And I did play the Upstart, making 8 draw cards because of Galaxy, Cleric, and this and these 6. I played 1 Rhoda and 1 Galaxy 0. This is an extender. This also is an extender because it searches your extenders. And the only traps are probably one of the best traps in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is Transmigration. You guys have to read what this card does. It just ends Chain Link Wars. Like, I can be like, Lord, effect, they're like Chain Negate. I'm like, Chain Infinity to negate. I'm like, Chain Negate, and I'm like, this. What do you have? Judgment? This. It's really good. It plays around everything. And it's an Omni Negation. It's a negate that people never anticipate, and it also lets you just like really put up like an unbreakable board. It's very difficult to play through a card like this because of how you as the player can use it against them. So now moving forward to my extra deck and my side. I played, for siding, I played 3 Lava Golems. The reason why I played Lava Golem over Spear mode is because I could resolve 2 Lava Golems. I figured if I sacrifice my normal summon, it should be for a card that's versatile. Not only can you resolve 2, but also this is a trade-in target because, count the stars, 3, 6, 8. He's a level 8, so I can trade him in. So he also has synergy with my main deck. That's why I liked him, but you don't have to play him if you don't want to. But you can just drop doubles, and this deck has decent enough draw power where I did see 2 Lava Golems, and I was able to resolve both, which is really nice against Pendulums. 3 Pankratops is a very generic good card. And I played 2 Dinkos. I hate sacrificing my normal summon, but when you play Strikers, your normal summon gets stopped half the time anyway, so you might as well just commit to something that you know can't be stopped. And it also helps because they normally hold there can only be once until you have enough cards with the same type so they can make it a board wipe. But they get punished for holding there can only be one because you open Dinko, which is really good. And then I played 3 Evenly Matched, which is pretty good, generically applicable. 3 Super Polys, and my Super Poly target was the Starving Venom that I borrowed, but I had to give it back, so it's not there. And then for the extra deck, I played 3 Soul Flare. You need this for the grind. It's one of the best cards to go into. You can also Cypher Blade certain matchups, like you can Cypher Blade take your opponent's Thunder Dragon Titan because he's a light monster. You can link him and another one of your monsters into another Soul Flare, which I did do today, which is really good. I played Land Fornicus. It also helps when you go Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon to take your opponent's monster. You don't want them to get it back, so you link into this. The reason why you still play this is because it's light, which means you can make this under Photon Sanctuary's restriction, because Photon Sanctuary only lets you summon lights. And then I played Hippo Shinigami to help with the boards when you summon him, because he automatically comes out over 2,000, which means he himself can't be able to anchor, so now Sky Strikers just can't break your board. And then that's it for links. You don't need Boral Sword because you have a card better than Boral Sword that's easy for the archetype to make. But I played 2 Lords. You absolutely need 2. One's not good enough. You need 2 for the grind. I also played 1 copy of Tachyon. This is really good against Pure Thunder Dragon and decent against Pendulum. If you can get far enough to make this, you can negate their entire board and just go in for the kill. Against Pure Thunder, you make this, go straight to battle phase, negate their Colossuses and their Titans. Even if you don't kill them, you kill a couple cards, and then main phase 2, you do all your searching because Colossus is negated. It's permanently negated, so Tachyon's a beast. I did use it in that matchup. This makes it a lot easier to go second against the Pure Thunder matchup. And then we also have Titanic Galaxy, Full Armor, and Cypher. I make these going second every chance I get. They just break boards by themselves. And when my hand's really nuts, I also make Infinity. So I'll like take a monster, pop, and just attack. And then the final card is this. It's really nutty against pretty much every deck. Every deck is their spot removal unless they're playing Orcus. It targets and destroys. So yeah, it was really good to me today. So thank you guys so much for watching my deck profile. God bless you guys. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. Stay tuned for future content. You guys have seen pretty frequent and consistent content as far as Photon and Galaxy goes. Even if it's not every week, you guys will see a lot of deck profiles of this deck on my channel because it's one of my favorites. And Kite's my boy, you know. I gotta represent him. But peace out, you guys.